Welcome, everyone, to Stud and Dud, presented by the Dallas School of Music. Thank you all for listening. I truly appreciate it. I know Doc does too. Speaking of which, that is Doc, but I'm Josh Smith. And that is Mr. Doc Lawrence. What's up, Doc? Everyone calls you Doc, by the way. My dad calling you. I was listening to last week's episode. When I was editing it. Dad calling you Doc. Who was it? Oh, Meds last night. Matt, which we got to get to Legacy Music Group. Shout out to those guys. Right. Got something he want you specifically. He addressed you as Doc. I'm like, this is great. I look over at Avery. She's laughing and chuckling. I love it. This is great. Hey, how you doing, Doc?
I'm cold.
It's great. Finally got a cloudy,
I'm
right?
Cold.
It's turning into fall.
I'm chilly.
The first day of fall officially. That's why I'm getting my white in. Get my white in because I know it's supposedly it's maybe September 1st or Labor Day. I go with the when fall starts, I kind of knock off the white stuff. Not that I wear much white, but I go first day of fall. So summer, it's almost over. The first like cloudy little day we've had, because every day, I swear to God, it's been beautiful.
It's been very hot.
It's been hot a lot of the time,
but
been sunny every time. The first rainy day.
I gotta get my sweat. I gotta get my sweater out, man. I gotta get my.
I'm getting there. I'm still wearing shorts. I love it. I'll rep shorts till it's like 60. I'm that Colorado boy, you know. I love it cold. I love it. Like I said, you see the people there too, you know, when it's like 90 out. They're like, oh my God, it's so hot out. But you love the beach,
man.
That's
you're
what
confused.
I love. I am. But that's what I think. Good thing about. Not confused. I love both. I love extremities. You know me.
Just blow with the wind, man. Whatever.
Let's go to the beach. Oh, let's go to the mountain. I gotta grow a beard. I even know I love it when it's cold. Anyway, so let's tell everyone what's on tap today. Doc, sounds like you're going off. That's what you said.
I'm going off.
You're going pure off.
I've had enough.
All right, what's up, Doc? We're gonna hear it in a little bit.
I've had enough.
Recap week 3 of college football, week 2 of the NFL and our fantasy football league. Preview the upcoming weeks as usual. Mount Rushmore of running backs. We got to get to it. It's the Mount Rushmore.
That's hard.
It is super hard.
That's ridiculous. That's
the hardest. That's by far the hardest.
No doubt.
Of the 3 offensive, what we're doing.
No doubt.
So get to the Mount Rushmore of running backs. I got to add the L accent. I don't get my chamber of, don't get my chamber. So, and in our coveted Sutter Dud segment, we hit the highway. What is it? What I put the highway to rock and roll heaven. Very sad stories, but. To one of them, I'm sure you know who it is. I know you know who it is. And I'm sure if you've heard me, if you haven't, unless you live under a rock or you just don't listen to music, you would be like, what are they talking about? Well, we'll get to those two.
Some of our listeners might live under a rock.
And they just,
They just come up on Friday or Monday to listen to the show.
That's what I love to hear.
And then they go back under the rock.
That's right, baby. They go, what is Doc and Josh telling me on Stud and Dud? That's all I need to know.
Got to check in.
And now we're good. Now I'm good on life.
I'm good.
Because I would love. That's how Mitchell is, one of my friends. He's not no social media. He can live on his phone on silent, literally. I will call him. And
I like that guy.
I'm like, are you dead? Are you dead? Will you put your phone on? He's like, man, I'm not worried about it. I do my life, and I'm not.
I kind of like him, man. I don't even know him, and I like him.
There you go. All right, but first, have my white on, like I talked about. We'll kind of get past that now. Fall obviously starts Monday. We talked about that, but the one thing I do want to bring up, Avery's passport is in.
That's amazing.
I mean, finally in them, and they were right on time. I mean, we checked it, like I said, a couple weeks ago, which I brought up on the show. We, looked online. I checked okay, because that's the one good thing about, at least about the passport. When you send it in, you can go on to whatever, travel.gov, whatever, and you put in your credentials, like your last name, your date of birth, and the last 4 of your social, and then boom, it pops up. Like I said, they said they received it. It takes 4 to 6 weeks, whatever. Boom. Anyway, last week, finally in the mail. Got it back. So we're good to go.
Done.
And they send the old one, which is cool. They kind of clip it, put a hole punch on 2 different holes. But plus, there's no way you can use it because it has, you know what I mean? But they still hole punch it. But it's cool they send it back because imagine people that have that thing 20, maybe they may have it deep full of stuff, that they've traveled. It's kind of like a keepsake.
Yes.
So my point being, I was like, oh, that's cool they sent it back, because that's our honeymoon. That's,
right,
it has that stamped on there. So
that's neat.
It was cool to get that back. Yep.
Yeah.
It Chapter 2. We didn't get so scary, Doc. It was a good movie. I'm not so, as a kid, anything that was halfway scary, I was like, I would do this. I do this or this. I'm not looking.
It wasn't that
away.
bad. It wasn't that bad.
It was a good. It was a pretty good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was definitely good. But it's not scary to me. When I see scary movies anymore, they're just not scary to me. I don't know why, but I never ever still get scared and freaked out.
You become desensitized.
I guess so.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're desensitized. Yeah.
And I like that because now
you don't mind violence.
Yes.
And so you just it's your norm.
Yes.
See. It's awful.
It's awful.
It's just
awful. That's how much it's been in my brain since Freddy Krueger. I used to
Freddy Krueger.
Oh God, my brother Tommy would just and he would start trying to.
And what's that goofy one with the doll?
Chucky. The little doll that runs around Chucky. Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's freaky.
There you go, man. I'm gonna look at you.
Yeah,
with a
that's
knife."
that's freaky.
Oh yeah, the guy.
I don't want to see that.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
But you're
All right.
desensitized.
Exactly, pretty much. But it was good. It wasn't as good as the last one, but it was definitely good. Kept with the book for the most part, which I love. They kept with the book, and then of course they had that little mini series, and essentially right after that in the '90s, where they had a lot of famous actors in that. Anyway, let's get to how's the house coming along.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Some
we kind of talked about it a second ago.
We got it's all torn up, man.
Yeah.
We got everything. Master bathroom torn
Toe
up.
up from the flow up.
We don't even have any water in the house. Seriously.
Really, no running water.
The whole family's living off campus, if you will.
Yeah.
And we got plumbing issues underneath the house that's got to be fixed.
Man. And like you said,
It's a
especially when
mess.
you have a slab, you don't really think about that. And then something happens underneath, you have a slab house.
Cast iron pipes, over 50 years old,
Yep.
finally gave way. Nasty.
Mine, like I said, happened in our house where I rent from now, and they went down there and showed me pictures of how, they were literally like molded. I mean, they were the irons. It looks like almost like a Statue of Liberty. It's like green. Most of it's green now.
Yeah.
Because they were, anyway.
Well, we knew it was a time bomb. We knew it was going to happen. We were just riding the horse till it.
Yeah.
And now we have to get everything fixed. But it's just one of those life hiccups.
Exactly. It's
just
part of the process.
It's part of the process.
And you were already kind of doing stuff, and you're still in the process of doing stuff.
Well, that's really kind of how we discovered that we had problems, because we're doing remodeling, and the master bathroom got demoed, and they discovered the plumbing issues, and so it's part of the problem. It's just part of the process.
Yes, that it is. Let's get on to the next one, though. Hey, I love talking about this. Post Malone. Obviously gave Matt Medlock and them a shout-out, Legacy Music Group. We've got to go see them, Doc. Got to. But the guy that worked with him, point being the guy, Post Malone, he's huge. I mean, he's huge. I love people that release and can release album after album, as in year after year, like they used to do. Remember back in the day, your old school artists they wouldn't wait 3-4 years between an album release. Year after year, it'd be like 9 months, and all of a sudden there's a new album out.
Chicago 1, Chicago 2, Chicago 3,
you know what I'm saying?
Chicago
Exactly.
4.
Yeah, it's like you go back and I'll look at that, and I'm like, and I know a lot of people probably don't, but I love to look at that stuff, and then I'll just dive into it, and I'm like, and then you'll release either album release and just see how boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, all that's gone today, man.
Yeah.
In the old days, you used to get liner notes. You'd get an album. You'd read. There'd be even booklets, where you could read about the recording session, the musicians,
I'm sure,
all kinds of great stuff, man. Now all that's gone because the whole music industry's changed.
Yeah, this guy though I do love, Post Malone. He's from It's a North Texas product. The main reason I'm bringing him up, he's right here from DFW. I forgot exactly which suburb he's from. I think it was from the northern part. I can't remember. I should have looked that up, but I know he's a DFW product. That's what I love bringing him up, and that's why Matt and him, I'm sure, got to work with him at Legacy Music Group. But his album just came out last week. 409, almost 500,000 units he sold. 490,000. Back-to-back #1 albums. Last year he released one. This year he releases another. So what was it? Hollywood. It's called Hollywood's Bleeding. That's a great title. That's a great title of the album. Beer Bongs and Bentleys was last year. Yeah, I love it. Beer Bongs and Bentleys was last year's title. This year, though, Hollywood's Bleeding. And they're definitely good songs. He's had one #1 hit, one go #2, and another one's anyway. But you get there's a lot of his songs on the radio. So he's enjoying his prime, and
That's nice.
definitely enjoy it because he's up there at the top right now. So it's definitely shout out to him. Definitely love old Posty, as they call him, Post Malone. So awesome to have a DFW literally product, Legacy Music Group product.
Fantastic,
that's
man.
huge.
That's awesome.
All right. On a high note, love, getting goosebumps, talking about the Ferrari I saw pulling up and talking, exchange with, just great morning so far. I know we're going to take a little dip, though. What's up, Doc?
Okay, man, before we get into the what's up, Doc, I got a little announcement. You don't even know this. Are we on?
Yeah, we're on, just making sure. Yeah. I was just like, I'm getting my water.
Got a little announcement. You
Uh-oh.
don't even know this. This is going out to everybody's going to be listening to this show on Monday, right?
Got it.
So they're going to have to act fast. The Stud and Dud, for all you listeners out there, because we love you.
Yep.
Stud and Dud, in conjunction with the Dallas School of Music, is sponsoring on Tuesday night.
Ooh.
Tuesday night, September 24th, at the Eisman Center here in Richardson, Texas.
Gotcha.
The United States Marine Corps Jazz Ensemble.
Are you kidding me?
Will be performing. Right?
Yep.
Now, I have
Uh-uh.
complimentary of Stud and Dud and the Dallas School of Music. I have in my hands here, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4 passes.
Boom.
4 passes for dinner.
Dinner
Included.
Nice.
And after dinner, you get to sit back and relax and hear one of the greatest jazz ensembles in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
the United States Marine Corps Jazz Band.
that's awesome.
And so on Monday, when this show airs, the first 4 folks that call me or reach out to you through Stud and Dud or the Dallas School of Music.
What's the number here?
Well, 972-380-8050.
And you can look that up online. Dallas School of Music. I mean, please, people, just Google.
Exactly. Just dial in. If you press extension 1, you're coming to Doc's office.
Of course, number 1.
Number 1, baby. Just hit number 1. You're going to come to Doc's office. I'll get you taken care of. Now, what's nice about these passes, these are not just individual passes. So it's not, this pass is good for if you have a party of 4, you can make reservations for the party of 4, and you're in with this pass.
Gotcha.
So all 4 receive dinner and enjoy the show.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So somebody can get four entries from that ticket.
From that alone.
From that alone.
Gotcha. So that's 16 total that you can get in from those.
That's correct. You could go party of 4. In fact,
and here's what we'll do. We'll just do a giveaway. We'll do a picture and a post, and we can do the giveaway. Say each one of these are worth 4 entries.
4 entries.
Yep.
So two couples.
We'll do a giveaway of 4. So 4 people will get them, and then they can.
And then they can invite
up to 3 people.
Correct.
There you go.
And that's Tuesday night, September 24th, coming up.
Boom.
At the Eisman Center, which is a beautiful facility.
Yes.
Beautiful facility. Dinner and the United States Marine Corps.
There you go.
Complimentary of Stud and Dud.
We're going to post that today. We're going to take a picture before we leave, and that's going up tonight. So that way, I'm sure you're listening to this on Monday. You know what? We'll do an early release. I'll get this out on Saturday.
Right.
So people are hearing it Saturday.
Right.
So they get it up. But I'll do the post tonight, which is Friday. We're recording on Friday. So that way, Friday, officially, about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, it'll be out there.
Contact us.
Boom. Look at that. And I'm just a great mood this morning. I mean, I hate for now you have to go into What's Up, Doc, but we kind of have to.
Got to go into What's Up, Doc. But I don't share this stuff with you until the show because I want you to be stunned a little bit.
Look at that. That's good stuff.
See?
Doc trying to be which we need. We need some more of that. We love it.
It's great, right?
I love it. And what happened to Darren? That's what I was going to get to.
Okay, Darren. Oh, hey, here's another little surprise for you, my friend.
Yeah,
Friday night. What are you doing Friday night?
Nothing I can't think of any top of my head. Next Friday, right? A week from now.
A week from now.
Yeah, nothing.
You and your lovely bride.
What's nothing that I know of?
Well, then you're going to join me and Tam.
Where?
The 4 of us. We're going to the American Airlines Center to see The Who.
Oh, wow. That would be pretty cool. Dude.
Compliments of Darren.
There you go.
Right? And we're going to have Darren on the show. Spoke to him last night. He's going to get us set up to kick off the season there at the American Airlines
I was
Center.
wondering about that, yeah.
So,
dude, man,
we're going to be his guest at AAC, the 4 of us, to go down there and watch The Who.
Oh, that would be lovely.
In concert.
Who are you?
Who? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Man? He called me this morning to see if we would be up for that.
Yeah.
Right? And he says to me, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I saw his call come in. I go, hey, he goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm brushing my teeth, right? He goes, hey, do you and Josh and your wives want to go to the zoo on Friday? I said, the zoo? I said, like to see animals?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess it's cooler.
I said, really? He goes, no.
The Who.
The Who. I went,
oh yeah.
I said, okay, man, I'm sorry, man. My hearing's going.
Much better.
Yeah, much better.
Much better. Indoors, rock and jamming band.
Right.
Okay, now we're talking.
Right. So, but it cracked me up because he calls like, you want to go to the zoo? And I'm going like,
no. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, man. We'll give that some thought, right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll throw it around. We'll see what happens. The Who. Love to see that. Here's one that's so funny that back in the day, and even until this day, everyone thinks it's called Teenage Wasteland. It's not. It's called Baba O'Reilly.
Right.
Love that song, though.
Yeah, well, it's going to be awesome, man.
Dude, to hear that song
is your
live.
day going to get any better? Can your day get any better now?
Man.
Come on.
I'm loving it.
Come on.
I'm loving it. Got the white shirt on, going with another pair. Hadn't worn these yet to do. I had to bring that up real quick. Man, it's a great day so far.
Exactly. And will get better tomorrow when...
I have an event to go tomorrow. I have a fur ball to go to. SPCA, it's one of their biggest events. It's the Fur Ball of Dallas. It's at the Hyatt Regency downtown. Huge event.
When is that?
Tomorrow at 6:30. It's from 6:30 to midnight. I had to rent a tux.
That's too bad because I'm going to be watching the Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Crush Georgia.
Oh, I'm really sad that I know we're going to get into that I'm going to miss that game now. Oh, they've got to have TVs on there. I'm like, oh, man, it sucks. I'm going to miss, I really actually want to watch that game.
You're going to watch the Domers, man.
I'm going to watch a bunch of old people dancing. Well, there's some I don't know how many.
I'll be thinking of you, man.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
All right. So we got to get into what's up, Doc?
Yeah. What?
All right.
Tell me about it.
All right. I've had enough. I need your opinion, man. We need to talk about this. Have we seen enough tattoos, man? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the new thing over the last decade or two.
Can we talk about this for a little bit?
They're in it like.
Can we just talk about this a little bit?
You hear them like, what about when you're 7? That's what everyone, I'm like, that's the first thing a lot of us will say that don't have them and don't really care about getting them. And it's like, man, when you're 70 or 80, oh, I don't care, but they're still going to, whatever. I'm like, hey.
It's going to look like, it's going
to look terrible.
First of all, this is so important that all our listeners know this.
Yeah.
That tattoos do not look good on everybody.
No.
Not even young people.
Yeah.
Not all young people can put a tattoo on and it look good.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like Avery with her buzzed head. Like not everyone, or me if we did anyone, you can't buzz your head and go. Not everyone can pull that look off.
Not everybody's going to look good bald.
Yeah. Or even essentially exactly bald. Yeah, bald.
Buzzed or bald or what?
You're gonna see the shape of that head and you're gonna be like, oh, that dome is messed up, bro.
Not everybody looks good with a beard.
Right?
You see somebody trying to grow a beard, you go,
or especially a mustache. How many guys can pull off a mustache?
Yeah. You want to go up to him and go, man, you really need to shave.
Yeah, right.
Right. It ain't working.
And then especially as a big lumber guy, he's gonna backhand you and
right.
Yeah. But anyway.
And you're right. And when you get old, man, I was just laughing this morning, going like, man, who wants to go, hey Nana, can you make me some chocolate chip cookies?
Yeah.
I love the fiery dragon on your arm, and as soon as you get done vaping, if you can make us some chocolate chip cookies, that would be great, Nana. Yeah. Thank you, Nana.
Hey, I mean, as long as she's alive and but yes, hey, I know exactly right.
Right.
To me though, to each their own. They're gonna do what they want to with their body. And I haven't got one because I won't most likely. And even
you
Avery,
will.
No, I said I won't most likely. But I gotta have there has to be a reason for me, and I wish for everyone else that does it. Have a reason to mark your body. Like have that tattoo. Have a meaning. Like Avery's gonna finally she wants to get more. She's kind of like everyone else, kind of seeing it, but in a nice. I like this area on girls that are fit. Sorry to have to say that. But right down the side, right down here,
right,
like right on, on the side, like on the rib cage.
Maybe she can see.
What she's doing is the paws, though. She's gonna get like a little family tree. We have a lot of dogs, so it'll be really cute to do like their little paws and make a little tree out of it. And I'm like, oh, that'd be super cute. So that way you know which one's which, or But you get my point. Have a meaning behind it when you do it. Or, I mean, I hate that she did it, but she put one of Avery's friends put a big and a lot of you seen that lately on their leg. And I'm like, you want to look down and see your dog every time you're peeing or pooping, every time you're about to put when you're putting your shoe on. But yeah, it's a beautiful. She went up to New York to get it to one of Avery's friends.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we got it's a beautiful tattoo, but of her dog right there on her leg. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm thinking as a guy going, you think most guys sorry, but thinking now as a guy, like dating her, on the other side of it, going like, if I'm trying to date you and I see a picture of your dog you just got to be in a tattoos. You have to be, because my point being, you get into having some sexual fun, and then you see the dog every time, like you're about to, you're making out with her, and then you look down, you see her dog, and you're like, I don't really want to see your dog's face, especially when she's dead. Like the dog's eventually gonna die.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying tattoos are bad. I'm just saying people should think twice about just jumping into.
And that's my point. When you do, then have a meaning behind it. Whether it's just a cool quote, or if it's like Avery wanting to do her paws because she loves her dog so much. People have kids or whatever.
And here's something
Christians
else
and the cross.
And here's something else to consider too. There's just some bad tattoo artists.
That's my another. Make sure like the girl did. She did. At least she went to New York and got she could have got. Imagine that mud on there, like she got a picture. Exactly. Go. Spend money. It's gonna cost money, but if you're gonna do it, spend the extra money and make sure you go to an artist that has like a 4.8 or 9 out of 5-star on Google. And it has like 1,000+ reviews.
Yeah.
And if you have to travel a little bit, travel. But yeah. Have a meet, yeah, but I'm right there with you because we're not marked. I have made sure Avery has stayed unmarked, even though she has a couple older ones, but they're real small. One is cute. I've liked now. It's like a little pair, old school lips, generic pair, like right here. But the one she has the old school, it's like a little bitty, and she hates it. It's like faded, and luckily it's super small, but like a star, back right on on the lower part of her back.
Right. I know.
And I'm like, thank God, it's like literally like this big, and it's like half faded. And she's like, and we're wanting to get, we've still been failed and slow to do it. We just need, because you can easily get that you could easily get those smaller ones removed, like especially that are already like faded, like, because I'm like, did I do that? And we laugh about it. I'm like, that looks like I did that drunk one night. You know,
See, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
And then people do. They go and then they have tattoos of their lover's initials or their name or a picture. I'm like, and then they're ex now because I see that on all this. You see it on TV shows all the time where you're like, and then you're having to cover that up again with something else because.
Well, and I guess my point is just don't do it because everybody's doing it.
Yeah, too. That's what have
just
a
don't
have a reason for anything you do in life.
Because everybody's doing it. It's just. It gets ridiculous, right? It's like the vaping craze right now. There's all kinds of health issues with that.
And that's really risen,
it's
obviously,
like, come on,
lately.
Man.
Yeah. It's like, do you not see that? No, because and that's the thing, too. They're going to be like, well, 500 only cases throughout the U.S., only 7 have died. How many are vaping? 5, 10, 15, 20 million? That's not the odds are real. Hey, it's like smoking a cigarette. I'm going to get my point. They're just going to... Those massive clouds. I'm like, you think? And every time I remember seeing those 4, 5, 6, however, when that first started getting heavy into, because my brother did it when he obviously didn't do it anymore, but I remember when he would even do it, and just that smell, because we were out in Vegas and everyone was out there just in those little those big little rigs they have, and they're just blowing those massive clouds, and I'm like, you think that's healthier than puffing a cigarette? Like, I hate cigarettes are way stinkier and way worse, but man, that's got to be healthier, even though I hate to have to say a cigarette's healthier than that massive cloud. But that massive cloud had to have been a whole cigarette. You're about to do it again.
Right. It's oh my gosh. So anyway, it's just a public service announcement.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, your little PSA from Stud and Dud.
Exactly, man.
Caution.
Right.
Yeah,
think.
Yeah, use your head.
Think.
Try to use your head, at least, people.
Think before doing.
Yes, and even me, like, and I've gotten older, but yeah, I used to do the same type thing. Man, you've got to try. You've got, before you do something, put thought into it. Every little thing you do. I now do it way too much. Avery's like, oh God, here we go. Like, I'm like Mr. Planner to the T almost, but. There's a reason why. I mean, because, I don't want to fall into some trap and go, or not that you get my point. It's not like I'm like, should I do heroin or crack today? It's not like I'm going down that path, but you get my point. Always just think about what you're doing. I mean, anyway, how about your boy Taco? Speaking of a wrong path, how about your boy Taco? And the whole NFL turning into NBA. I mean, literally, it's getting kind of weird how that's what it's going to get to. Hey, I don't want to play here. I want to be traded. Like, what? They're paying you how much money? I know you don't want to lose, or you may not like the coach or the franchise, but...
See, gone are the good old days, man. I hate to tell you, man.
I know.
Right? Gone are the good old days. Dick Butkus was a Chicago Bear, and he wouldn't have thought about being anything else but a Chicago Bear.
And then, but here's the point. Even if he would have been dished off, now he's a Cleveland, or you get my point, or wherever, he's a Brown, you get my point. He would have not have given... It would have hurt him, I'm sure, but he's like, okay, now, what Joe Montana, I'm sure hurt him a little bit when he got... Like, we're good. We're going to have Steve Young do it now. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for winning us 4. He goes to KC, it doesn't give 3 you-know-whats, and beats my Broncos a couple times, gets to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, that's what happened.
Well, you know
to
what
that?
it is, man. The word loyalty doesn't exist
anymore.
No, you don't have franchises or clubs being loyal to the athletes.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing too. And so the athletes are going to now return the favor.
And you don't have athletes being loyal to the organization.
Yeah, you don't get your Mike Trouts essentially anymore. You don't get those type players.
No, there's no loyalty.
KFC chicken sandwich with donut buns.
Awful. That's just terrible. That is just absolutely.
I'm gonna have to try it because I love food.
Who's the moron that came up with that?
But there's a place called, oh my God.
Donut buns.
They do burgers. There's a place called that do the Luther's Burgers, and they do donut burgers.
You sent me a picture of this. It's 2 donuts.
It's a donut with a piece of chicken in the middle, a fried chicken in the middle.
That's
it's like
disgusting.
some little,
That's disgusting.
I mean, you're kidding me? Yeah. You know whose that is?
KFC, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, but you know who, I should say, who's loving that, who's craving that right now?
You?
Well, no. I'm going to try it for sure.
My God.
I've got to. Doc, I'll try anything. I'll try anything.
That's awful.
Like chicken. You like chicken? Have you tried chicken and waffles? Tell me you have.
Oh, yeah. Chicken and waffles.
That's the thing to me. Chicken it's sweet. It goes with sweet. It goes with cake. Most other meats do not. You don't have sweet and sour beef yet when you go to China. What you have sweet and sour chicken. So anyway, there's my point. Will it be amazing? Then I'll probably be like, that'll be a gut bomb. Guts could be hurting a little bit.
There's some things that just don't go together. You don't put ketchup on your salmon.
Yeah, but you do put cake with chicken, is my point. Donut is a cake. I'm just saying it goes together.
That's pretty liberal.
I'm just saying, who's dreaming and loving this stuff right now? They can't wait for it to the menus. All those vapors and all those stoners in college. Every college stoner right now, is going, dude, let's go get one of those donut chicken sandwiches right now, dude. I want like 4 of them.
Oh my God.
You know it. I mean, I saw that and I was like, who came up with that?
That's just...
All right, recap time. I know, right?
That's just awful.
NCAA Week 3, the top 10 sailed. They had easy. No one had really that hard of a game really last week. Notre Dame, I think they heard you. Coach heard you, and you're repping this week.
He was intimidated by
that look you gave him
when
right?
I was on campus. Yeah, I didn't have to say a word.
And then he heard the story. He listened to Stud and Dud. And he's like, "Hey, that damn story up."
Yeah.
He gave me. He luckily though didn't tell me how he brought the eye to me, and he saw a little trinkle go down my pants.
Yes.
You put the fear in, Coach. He trickled a little. I heard.
Coach Kelly, a little nerve.
66. I mean, that's some points, especially New Mexico. It's not like you played. I mean, even Alabama played New Mexico State. Probably a little bit worse. It's got to be a little bit worse team. Usually a state team's a little bit worse than the.
Right.
Anyway, they won 62-10. I mean, you get my point. You put some points on the board. So the great game though last week. Oh, this is week 2. That was the week before New Mexico State.
That's 66 and a lot of their starters.
Yeah, 66 exactly.
They pulled all the starters.
But here's my point. This was the one I want to get to. LSU played Northwestern State. New Mexico's definitely got to be by far better than Northwestern State. 65-14. So you see, that's what I'm. So they finally put some points up.
Yeah, so I got a question for you on
What's
that.
up?
Okay. So
Georgia, though, did you see Georgia, though, played more? We spoke of Arkansas State last week with the coach and the situation, Blake Anderson. 55 to. Did you see what they did, too? They wore pink. I didn't realize they were going to do the pink thing. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Applause to Georgia. I know I'm sure a lot of it was publicity, but that's so cool, the fact that you did that. I mean, so cool.
Yeah.
But 55 to nothing. They blanked them. So you got a tough matchup.
See, the only thing I wouldn't do, Kelly last week, with the Irish, they were handling New Mexico fine. They pull out the starters in the second half, basically, and you're playing second and third string guys. I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, dude, leave your
at least the third quarter.
Your starters need to get reps because next week is Georgia.
That too.
So let them run the offense and let them get reps in. Man, I don't understand that logic, because I know the logic is, well, we don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah. And you don't want to look. I mean, you do.
I get that, but I don't.
Upsets. We got to Herm Edwards, my man. I love Herm Edwards. ASU. He's out at ASU, back at Arizona State. I say back at, but he's at Arizona State. Beat number 18 Michigan State. So that was a big win.
That's
by
a big
him.
win.
That's a huge
that's
win.
A big win.
And he always gets those since he's been there the last couple of years. He got a couple last year. Number 21 Maryland. Their rise all of a sudden after the troubles they had with the coaching situation. They lost at Temple. That was a bad loss for them. And a week after coming up with the upset, number 24 USC is upset by BYU. The USC quarterback, remember we talked about him last week, looked terrible, but didn't look good at all. Tennessee gets their first win, though, by the way. They beat Chattanooga. They look a lot, finally, like Tennessee should. Arkansas, they put some points on the board. They come back to actually beat – it was very close at first. I think it may have been at one point 30. It was about a 7-point game up into the 20s, 34, 20. You get my point. Then they finally pulled away.
Were there riots on the streets in Fayetteville, man, where everybody go,
yeah, right.
We won!
If we win – and there's a stat. If we win this coming week, we'll be 3-1. The best start we've had since 2011.
Wow. Who do you play this week?
No one. This week, I'll get to it in a little bit.
Bye.
Arkansas.
You can beat Bye.
San Jose. Yeah, right. Wait, come on now. Let's not be rude. All right. Preview week 4. Tonight, we got actually some late nighters talking about USC. We got a couple of late night games that are going to be, this is great for my dad, especially I almost said pops, but my dad loves stuff like this. Put on a game, you get home. He does nothing on a Friday night. You kind of like with baseball. Same type thing. We just put it on. It's on till midnight. You know what I mean? You can get a West Coast game. It's on till midnight.
I love that.
2 games. Number 10 Utah. So we got a pretty actually 2 top 25 teams tonight. Number 10 Utah at USC.
Nice.
And then we got Air Force at number 20 Boise State. So we got 2. That'll be one's on ESPN2, one's on FS1. I think FS1's the USC game. ESPN2 is the Boise State game. Both start at 8.
USC will beat Utah.
That'd be good. They'd be. I was going to say, can USC get another upset? That'd be huge for them. Yeah. Utah, I think, a little overranked at 10. Mm-hmm. Especially early in the season. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But 2, that's great. That's especially for me if I'm up late tonight, which I will be. When Avery goes to bed, I'll just turn that on back in the bedroom, and I'm just whichever game's closer, and I'm just like. And that's what I hate when they're close, because then I'm up to like midnight or 1 wanting to see the Indian. I have no care for either team, and I'm like you would bet, you know what I mean? It'd just be a close game, and you're just like, God, I'm drunk. Who's gonna win? It's the best though. That time of the year. Other big games though. Let's get to Saturday. Tomorrow in the Big Ten, the number 11 Michigan. This is huge. Number 11 Michigan at number 13 Wisconsin. Michigan has not won in Madison since 2001.
That's gonna be a tough game.
That is gonna be a tough game. Huge for Michigan. If they lose this, they're done for the season, I think. Already, you had the falter, then they lose that. I think they're done. I mean, of course, they can, upset some along the way and still get in a good bowl, but their championship, because a lot of people still have, any of those top 10 teams have a shot.
Yeah.
Great game, though. Then another great game in the SEC. Number 8, Auburn travels to number 17, Texas A&M. So and they all stagger. Is the 11 o'clock for the Michigan, Wisconsin. That'll be 11 o'clock kickoff. 2 or 2:30, whatever it is for the Auburn, Texas A&M. And then, yes, the one I'm going to miss, the big matchup of the weekend. Number 7, Notre Dame at number 3, Georgia. That'll be a good game. Hopefully it will be a good game. I don't want to blow it. I really want – either way, I want it to be 34-31, and someone's got the ball in the fourth quarter.
I think it's going to be a good game.
So –
I think it's going to be a good game.
And you picked Notre Dame to win it also. You're still at what you've seen so far, what you've seen from Georgia. Are you still taking Notre Dame?
Well, this is Notre Dame's national championship right here.
Oh, it is. Then he better Kelly, better
because
be prepping them for that.
If they don't win this, there's no way they get invited to the playoffs.
Unless other teams, everyone else has one loss, but then they have to barely lose. Their one loss to Georgia is going to stack up great to other teams. One depends on what their other. But then they have to then win out, and the other teams have to falter. You may even have to have like a 2-loss Georgia. And you know what I'm saying? Or a 2-loss, and it most likely won't happen.
This is it for them.
Yeah, so this is definitely, you know what I mean? Their chances go from winning this, it's still up there. If they lose this, it goes back down to like 10, 9, 20. You get my point.
Yeah,
low.
if they win it, if they go into Athens and beat Georgia.
Oh, it's huge.
It's gigantic. Because people won't be able to say, well, Georgia's not having a good year.
You think they'll be having riots out in South Bend?
Yeah, they'll go crazy.
I would imagine. I hope.
They will.
Number 3 Georgia, that's huge to win at an SEC school.
Yeah.
Some other, obviously Arkansas, they get. Here's what they do get. So they should start 3-1, which is crazy for the first time since 2001 or 11. San Jose State. So. Better win. You beat Colorado State at home.
Is it at home?
It's at home.
Yeah,
you just beat Colorado State at home.
They better win.
Better beat San Jose State at home.
What's their toughest game this year?
Oh, they play Alabama every year.
Well, that's a tough game.
LSU every year.
That's a tough game.
They're in SEC West, brother. They ain't in La La Land. They ain't playing no chumps. Let me tell you. That's the thing. That's what we've always like. Man, people, here's how Arkansas fans are. We're that. Anyway, I'm going to set it. Anyway. We were like, let's go to the Big 12. That's how people were wanting to get out of the SEC West. When we were finally getting good. Like, we're never going to beat Bama. Only shot we're going to get if we can't beat Bama in the West, then we're not going to beat them in the national championship game.
No, you guys should go to the what's it called, the American League?
Well, that's why we want to go to the Big 12. They were wanting to move. A lot of fans did. Like, we should go to the Big 12. I mean, we'll have. I'm like, guys, we still have Oklahoma.
Want to do that.
I know. No, and I don't. You want to beat and play the best of the best.
You don't want to do that.
I mean, because there for a while when Arkansas, like when we had Petrino, Alabama, we had 4 teams in the top 10. The year we were in the top 10, 2 years we were in the top 10. Alabama, Auburn, us, and LSU. 4 teams in the SEC. And then one time, I think when we fell off, maybe it was A&M. But you get my point. There were a couple times when we had 4 teams in SEC West in the top 20. I mean, not top 25. The top 10. The top 10. That's nuts to have 4 teams from the SEC West all ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
So, yes, definitely, unfortunately, we play Alabama. So, yeah, that's their hardest game.
Is it at Alabama?
I don't even know. I don't care.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Right. I mean.
Hey, you don't know, man. They could pull off the upset.
They've been close. It was actually a couple, 2 or 3, 4. I think it was actually, maybe it was the first year I went to Vegas, 2014. I was out there, and we barely lost to them. But we had a decent team then. Anyway, but let's see. Just for fun. Let's just look real quick because I really like to look at this. Arkansas schedule. So we play, at Alabama on 10/26. So that'll be fun.
Well, that will be fun.
Yeah. And then we used to play LSU every year, which I loved to end the season, but they moved that game to this. Anyway, it's really good. I hated it. But we play at LSU this year too. Woo! Yeah, real quick though, locally love covering this match, but locally we have a game here this week. SMU at a newly top 25 ranked, and right in there, top 25 at number 25, TCU. So we'd love to go watch my Horned Frogs play.
SMU's playing good, man.
They are, yeah. They're always pretty good. They always got a decent team. They're never a team you want to overlook for sure because they're going to put some points on the board.
Right.
But yeah, I almost want to go out over to Fort Worth and watch that game. But that is this weekend as well, which is pretty cool. Recap week 2 of the NFL. Oh man, how about last night's snoozer?
I got to be honest with you, man. The games have not been that good this year, man. I haven't seen a good game yet. I have not seen a good NFL game yet.
Yeah, I mean,
the product is not, as Barkley would say about the NBA, it's not a good product.
And here's one of the reasons I'm talking about last week. Obviously, we'll get to last night's game with the Jags and the Titans, but the Dolphins off to one of the worst starts, if not the worst start in NFL history. The first 2 games lost 43-0 to the Patriots last week. So their first 2 games, they're outscored 112-10.
I'm actually thinking there might be a couple college teams that could beat Miami.
I mean, there's a few years. There's been a couple was like the Lions when they went winless that one year. But yeah, there's been a couple of seasons where you're like, I wonder if one of the, I don't know if the best team could, but if they did like they combine
an all-star team.
Yeah,
an all-star
that team I would imagine
an all-star
could.
College team.
Yeah. Give them at least run for their money for sure. But yeah, I mean, the last week there's not. And then a good game. I didn't watch much of it because it wasn't in our market. But Seahawks Steelers, that ended up being a good game, 28-26. But you see, Big Ben, he's out for the season.
Yeah, what happened to Big Ben? I know.
Got shoulder. I guess he had some elbow, already had something wrong with his elbow, and then definitely hurt it. Now he's out for the season, has to have surgery. And what sucks is I have him and Drew Brees in the same fantasy league, and both of them, and like I've done
and
one.
Drew's hurt, right?
Drew's out for a little, or at least a month. So, and both went out in the second quarter.
You need to go get Eli Manning, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's see him back up and not get any points this week. But Pittsburgh, they're off to 0-2 now. Not with Big Ben. It's gonna be a long season for Pittsburgh. I feel bad for them now because it's gonna be a long season for them. That yellow towel almost reminds me of the terrible towels that yellow over there. Dallas cruises last week past Washington, another good win.
Super Bowl. If it's not Cleveland, it's Dallas.
Okay. Well, now we got two temes we're riding. All right, I like it.
I got to go with my homies.
Well, speaking of the Browns, the Jets, you better win at the Jets, especially they are just down. They were definitely, to me, not going to be that good this year at all, even though the people had the Jets being a little bit better. Nah. Anyway, 23-20 or 23-3, I should say. The Browns won. Other good game that the last week actually that I didn't see where the Falcons, and I kind of previewed it, were the two bird teams, Eagles at the Falcons, and the Falcons ended up winning that one 24-20. That was another good game. But yeah, Rams Saints kind of ended up being out to be a dud because Breeze got hurt, so the Rams just pulled away 27-9. That was a. But did you see the end of the Broncos Bears game? You probably didn't.
No,
okay, and I'm so sick of this of the NFL.
I know the Broncos kind of bit it there or something.
And here's what happened. So here's it was crazy. Regardless, the Broncos are going down. They score a touchdown, a beautiful pass. My man Emmanuel Sanders, who we met in Vegas a few years back, caught the bear. Boom, perfect. I mean, he's our best wide receiver, one of the best in the league. Very underrated, especially out of size. He played it, which is another SMU product, actually. By the way, Emmanuel Sanders is. So rep Emmanuel Sanders. I love that guy. Anyway, I think he's from Texas too. Anywho, but regardless, obviously an SMU product. Caught the winning, or looked to be the game-winning touchdown, and now we're gonna go for two to go up. What ended up being the score? We're gonna go up. Obviously, yeah, we're gonna go. Well, no, to go for two because. Oh, look, someone's already calling for the tickets.
Somebody's calling for the tickets.
Oh, they gotta wait. We'll have to make them wait. We'll have to make them wait. Sorry, people. Come on. I know you're already calling in. They're excited. I feel bad. I honestly kind of do.
I know. Well, they'll leave a message.
So the game was 13-6. So instead of going for the tie, kicking an extra point with 30 seconds left and being tied, to be tied 13-13, they go for two. Denver's going for two. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going for the win here with 30 seconds left. We're going to go for two. Oh, clock's running out. I'm talking about, it's funny, I'm talking to my mom on the phone the whole time. I'm like, Mom, this whole drive I've just now noticed since I've been on the phone with you, because I called the house like I do normally on Sunday. Well, they're driving right down the field. And I'm like, Mom, since you've been on the phone, she's like, well, I'm in the bathroom. Remember the whole story where we had to shove Mom in the bathroom for Super Bowl 32, and we, no shit, dog. So she's back. I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, you're staying there. She's laughing, and yeah. So no lie, they literally not only get the touchdown. I'm like, hold on, they're gonna go for two. Oh no, what? They better hurry up. I was like, what? It's like they are like trying to get up to they're not getting up the line fast enough, and I see the game clock winding on 5. 4, as in, you got to say hut before, you know what I'm saying? They get up there and they try to snap it in time, penalty. I'm like, God, delay of game, what were y'all doing? Then you could see Vic, the head coach, is super mad because I guess he didn't think they reset the game clock. Well, regardless, still flag on Denver. Well, they go to kick the extra point. They miss the extra point. But when they miss the extra point, flag on Oakland, offsides or what, illegal hands of whatever it was, 5-yard penalty. Now we're back at the 1.5-yard line. Now we're going for 2 again. Mom's just like, what is going on? Because they're not watching the game. I'm having to pull, it's not in anyone's
She's
market.
Like, can I come out of the bathroom?
Yeah,
yet?
right. Yeah,
no.
I'm like, not yet. Hold on. We go for 2. We're good. Now we're up 14-13. Like, this is just, wow, what is going on here? So then we kick it off. First play may have been the second play. And I'm so sick of the refs judging games.
Wait a minute. How much time left?
30 seconds left when we kick it off to them. So there's 30 seconds left. Oakland has the ball at the 25-yard line. The first or second play, he wasn't even getting rushed out of the pocket. What's his face? Mitchell Trubisky wasn't even getting chased out of the pocket. Was still in the pocket. Bradley Chubb, our badass DN that we just got last year to match Von Miller anyway. Our number 1 overall, whatever it was, second, third, fourth, whatever overall. But our first pick, anyway. Comes around the end, right as he let go of the ball, and everyone online was like, well, anyway. I mean, it was Point being, he got called for roughing the passer. There wasn't hands. So he's freaking out. The announcers, literally, and I even recorded the announcers, literally said, can we even hit the quarterbacks anymore? Like, is there a point when we're going to.
You cannot.
Literally, and it was just a normal hit. And it was just a normal hit.
Yeah,
like, he let go of the ball. As soon as he let go of the ball, like, literally, boom, boom. I mean, it was instant. I'm like, there wasn't a late hit. There wasn't a head to the head. There wasn't. So now, all of a sudden, now they're at the 40 or 40. They're already pretty much super close. Now, they gave him 15 yards, essentially, is my point, obviously. Then Denver plays great defense. It's 4th and 10. It's 4th and 10, 9 seconds left. I'm like, okay, this is it, essentially. Chase them around. You're trying to figure out what they're going to do. They're trying to get just a first down. They're not launching it, actually. All of a sudden, with about 3 seconds left, he steps up into the pocket because we're kind of, luckily giving him chase, but don't get to him, unfortunately. Launches it. There's a guy wide open in the middle of the field, unfortunately, and he goes down with you see him catch it, and he goes down with about 1 second left. The clock hits, obviously, 0. Mitchell comes up, so they're all trying to call timeout. Game's over. The clock hit 0. He caught it with literally a second left and hit the ground with a second or less left. The refs come running in now all of a sudden. I'm like, the game's over. Do not do this. And I've seen y'all do this before. There was 1 second left when he caught. Yeah, there was a second maybe left, but no, who was calling timeout? If he would have got up immediate, and he didn't. You look at the replay, he not once, and I'm like, you would have figured he would have been smart. The only person there was, and he's the one having to run down the field, is the quarterback. That is the only person in frame you see calling for a timeout. The only one. Now, I don't see the sideline, and that's what I can't stand about when you watch these replays and they have all the time in the world. They could have at least, the TV people, CBS, who was doing the game, or Fox, I think it was Fox, all the cameras they have, they should already have this set up on a coach to see if a coach was even when he caught the ball, now that's fine. If someone was somehow calling timeout but still, if you really didn't go, and that's another thing, why didn't we replay that? Why didn't we go back to see how much exactly time was left? No replay was done. All that was done, and they go in. There was 1 second left. They talked for literally like 20 seconds. When he caught the ball, timeout. Who? And I'm like, timeout. Timeout. Bears, who called the timeout? Who? You did. You just called it for them. Then it ended up being like a 50, 52-yard field goal because he ended up being like they were at the 35-40. They got the ball till about the 35-40 of Denver, probably 35-30 even. It ended up being a pretty good chunk of change, but I'm like, you get my point. But then they end up being a 50, 53-yard field. Yes, you still have to make it, but in that Denver era, it's like a 40, 45-yard field goal. Of course they make it and they win, and I'm just like, yeah, not only gave him a 15-yarder, literally, because he hit the quarterback, he tackled him or tried to go. They want these tickets.
I know it.
They said, Josh, get off your tangent about. But yeah, they literally, and that's you go on, and I went to the message board and I see all the different things, you go to the post and just see people being like, first a hit. They didn't know who to, and it was a lot of it was both, but a lot of people were really getting, they gave him 15 yards right off the bat, and a lot of people were pissed about that. And they're just regular fans, but then you watched it anyway. And I just because I like to see what everyone's reaction is as a regular spectator, to get a vanilla look at it, not go, okay, I know I'm a Broncos fan, but let me see what other fans are. And I forgot, I'm blah, blah, I'm a whatever fan. Y'all got fucked, y'all got, and I'm like, man, I can't, why did, refs. That's my way. I want to do that. What's up with refs lately? Always get the catch a couple years ago. It was the Seahawks Packers game. Remember the whole and then it's like they want to be. And I forget it was the Final Four. Remember the Final Four with the whole Texas or whoever it was, Texas Tech. And remember the ball went out with the whole.
Right. Or the Des Bryant catch in the end zone.
There, which I know kills you. You get my point. What is up with refs? Yeah. It's like they want to be, and then it even makes to me the whole are refs doing something with the game because they want to keep it. You get my point? I'm like,
I get it, man. Have I told you I got plumbing issues at home? Okay, yeah.
All right. I'm just letting you know. That's just terrible. It's so sick to see refs do that. All right, anyway.
Oh, my God. Hey, it sucks, but you know what, man? That's what the game's evolved to. It's evolved, Josh. The game has evolved.
Evolved to refs.
Yeah, it's evolved,
I don't like to use that word because usually evolution means things get better.
It's evolved.
That's not any evolution. That's suckolution.
Well, of course.
That's not it's evolving into something worse, and it is. You can't hit the quarterback. You can't guard people anymore.
Listen, I'm going to tell you. Anytime we use in our world, anytime we use the word evolve, it's usually trying to be a justification for why things are, not because why things are better.
Yeah,
it's about why things are.
And that's what they will.
It's not
exactly.
better. It's not better.
No, not at all. And here's what's also not better, and just because the quarterback play to me overall in the NFL is we're going to miss 3 big quarterbacks: Breeze, Manning, because now Manning is out, and Roethlisberger. First time since 2000 you won't see either of the 3 playing on Sunday.
Well, that's fine. It's time to move on.
It is.
It's time to evolve.
Oh, God. Yeah, these terrible quarterbacks we have these days. We have some shiesty, but not so much, because let's get into one that is playing pretty good. He's a 6th-round rookie, and his name's Gardner. Did you see Gardner Minshew for the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I did not.
The Minshew, whatever they're calling it, the Minshew Mayhem or whatever.
No kidding.
Gardner Minshew is a 6th-round product out of East Carolina. Nick Foles goes down, and he came into that game against the Chiefs and started putting up points.
No kidding.
Yes, so ever since then, they have this huge deal now. His name's Gardner Minshew, but it's Minshew Mayhem or whatever they're calling it.
Big G.
Watch out for him, man. He beat the Titans last night 20-7. I mean, the Titans aren't anything, but won last night. Looked pretty good. 200-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Looked pretty darn good. So look out for Gardner Minshew. I mean, a 6th-round rookie. I mean, are you kidding me?
That's how it happens.
Yes, that is for sure. Get an easy cakewalk this week. Guess who you're
the Dolphins?
Are you kidding me? You better win like 74-0. If we come in here and if they lose.
Oh my. Hey, the 84 Bears lost to the Dolphins. Their one loss.
Yeah, well, I bet those Dolphins weren't going to be an O-less team.
They're gonna watch those 84 reruns.
We're not doing this.
Right.
Like,
but the Dolphins are going to watch it going, we can do this.
Exactly.
Look what we did in 84, man.
Yeah,
we knocked off the Bears.
Even though that year, I doubt they lost the first 2 games 112-10.
Yeah, that's true.
That is terrible. But yes, you got an easy cakewalk this week. Denver, looks like we're going 0-3. We get to head to Green Bay, to Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
So looks like it's an offer for Denver for another week, because last week they look terrible against the Bears. They should have won, obviously.
So they're 0-2.
0-2 now, heading into Green Bay, which is not good at all. I didn't have high hopes in the season, but now it's heading right down into where it was last year, and a lot of fans are going to probably be seeing that, and they're not happy. They're definitely not going to be happy with Elway. One of the reasons why their offensive tackle Garrett Bowles, since he's been drafted, or a first-round pick 2017, 34 offensive penalties. Let me tell you that again. 30, that's 340 yards, Doc.
Yeah,
340 yards that you've given the other team.
Let's talk about this.
Given me, or taken away from the Broncos.
Let's talk about this for a second. I know you're a big Elway guy as a quarterback.
Yeah.
But just be honest.
Well, no, me and Dad talk about this all the time. He was great at his first 2 or 3, 4 years there, but lately,
yeah, I just don't see it, man.
it has fallen off.
I just don't.
It's hurt.
Yeah,
but he shouldn't be that's the thing, too. He makes all the decisions. That shouldn't be true. So let's not put it all on Elway. But a lot of it, definitely, you get my point, because he is a general manager.
But he has massive influence.
Massive. That I know. But there's other people that can make these calls.
Even if he doesn't make the decision.
Yeah. But they need to start stepping it up, because if they have 3 straight years, and I think it will be, I'm pretty sure, the only time in Broncos history because it's only happened once, where we've had back-to-back losing seasons, is my point. So this would be the first time we've had 3 straight. I'm pretty sure. Because the last time we've had back-to-back losing seasons was in the 60s. I think it was the 60s or the 70s.
No kidding.
Wow. Well, I told you when we were talking about Pat Bowlen since 84, the winningest franchise, which is crazy to think, but we don't lose. We don't. If anything, we're 500. We'll go 8-8. You know what I mean? Like, we rarely ever go 6-10. Definitely, like last year, we only have 4 or 5 wins. Like the last 2 seasons, you're like, especially as a Bronco fan, you're like, this doesn't happen. We at least get to like 7. We get to 500.
Right.
We're fighting for a playoff berth, and then we somehow don't get in the end or something.
Right.
Not like the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Like, it's getting pretty. Like I said, I mean, it's definitely back-to-back losing seasons for the first time. It was 34, 40 years. So craziness. Definitely long before I was ever alive. So yeah, they need to start doing something for sure. Preview week 2. We got a preview, obviously. That was the preview of week 2, I should say, or week 3. How about week 2 in fantasy football? We actually had a nail biter.
Yeah.
We did. Did you see the score?
No.
You didn't. Well, let me bring it up real quick. Because we actually had quite...
I've been dealing with plumbing, man. Come on now.
You got plumbing.
Come
you got this.
Man.
You got that. You've got so much
things
going
called
on.
life, man.
Well, let me
4
tell you.
kids, plumbing issues. Come on, man.
So week 2.
And a dog named Goober. I'm busy, dude.
Yeah, I've got 12 dogs named Goober. 105 point. Well, it's pretty much 105 to 101. They do the, so you had 105.92 officially. You get my point. 105 to 101. So we had quite a bit of a nail biter, and here's why. Last week I played. Here's another one that killed me. I played Deshaun Watson. My quarterback play is Drew Brees out. He only had 0.52 points before he went out. I luckily didn't play him. Aaron Rodgers. That's the one good thing about the one thing I'm looking forward to next week. I'm not watching finally blow up against my Broncos though. Aaron Rodgers has got to combine. He's got to combine. Probably about literally 30 whatever a combined point total of what Patrick Mahomes had in his last game. Patrick Mahomes had 39.62 points, so pretty much 40 points.
My guy.
Yeah, yo guy. That's what Aaron Rodgers, my number 1 quarterback, has in 2 games.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So that's why I changed it to Deshaun Watson last week. Like, okay, he's going to 12.86. Oh, woo! Yeah, ye freaking haw. So that's what's been killing me. And the reason you've been winning, and I said that, is you went out on a limb, and not really a limb. It was the smartest move because it was going to bring you in hella cheddar every week is going Mahomes. Because, yeah, you get these other quarterbacks, but you're going to get these spotty games. You're going to get a 12 to 20-point game.
Correct, right.
You know what I mean? And then you might get a 31 here and there, a lot. But that's Mahomes is that quarterback this year, at least for the next two. And that offense that he's in is the main reason why. I mean, go put him in Denver. Yeah, let's see him do that in Denver.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not going to. Mahomes is good, but put him a lot of different teams. And Titans, the Jaguars, you can put him at so many other teams, and he is not putting up 40 points, 30 points a game.
Right.
Anywho, so that's why, boom, that's why you outscored my quarterback. You were at 39.62 to my quarterback, 12.86. So literally by 27 points. And you only won by 4. So
thank you, Mahomes.
You better be thanking Mahomes. Because, yeah, and then both our main number wide receivers did good. Beckham, you got 25 out of Beckham last week. Jones, my man, got 25. And here's where, and that's why I picked him. Here's where I had to pick up one because you stole one from him, but then it's a target for him. Plus, he's, like I said, he's in one of those positions and one of those years where if you get one of those guys that blow up and gets you more points than the other team's is in tight end. You get a guy like Kelsey or Antonio Gates in major year. You know what I mean? Those years where tight ends get you 10 play, or Julius Thomas for the Broncos for a couple seasons, where he's going to get you 1,000 yards and 10 plus touchdowns at a tight end. That's big time. That's awesome.
Right.
So that's why I picked up him. So that's where I made up, a little bit of ground there for sure was Kelsey because that was a 20 to 30. I won by 7. But all the other ones were about even. I did beat you by 7 from Denard Hopkins only had 6.5, which shows because Watson, my quarterback, only had 12.86. I outscored you there. Michael Thomas for the Saints, he still ended up with a decent game even though Breeze was out. He got me about 14 points. So, but still, let's preview week 3 though. Let's see if I can maybe finally get on the board unlike my Broncos, about playing like the Broncos here.
Yeah.
About like last week. Barely, you know what I mean? First week, don't really, look terrible. Week 2, almost. So week 3, it's so far, here's how we have it. The lineups that we have, which I'll probably keep it like this. You're scheduled to score 107.79, and I got 106.41. That's so projected about to be a 1-point game so far. Mahomes projected to get 28 points, but once again, up pretty much 30 points. Watson, 25. But yeah, we got another good matchup this week, so we'll see exactly how that plays out. 107.79 to 106.41, which those are just projections. They're never usually that close, but last week they actually were pretty decently close. But we'll see. Doc's looking. Unfortunately,
I'm feeling good.
Optimus Prime loses. Yeah, Bob's nifty team. That's how it's going to be. Bob's nifty team is going to win the championship this year. You kidding me?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Let's get to it. We've all been waiting for it. The Mount Rushmore of running backs. Now, this one's deep. This one you could do 2, if not 3 Mount Rushmores. Easily 2, if not 3.
Easily.
And I'm going to get through some of these names. Hopefully some of these aren't on yours. If they are, they are. Marcus Allen, Earl Campbell, Gale Sayers, O.J. Simpson, Thurman Thomas, Tony Dorsett, Eric Dickerson, Adrian Peterson as of late. You've got to, that's just, and those aren't even on my list. And there's just a slew of top-notch running backs. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
So who's your 4? Who you placking?
Number 1, Brown.
Boom, Jim Brown. Got to. We're probably going to have close to the same, I'm sure.
Number 2, Gale Sayers.
Oh, Gale. There you're going to have Gale. All right. So
actually, number 3, number 2, Walter Payton.
I was going to say, probably number 2, where's Walter at?
Walter Sweetness, right. Payton. Then number 3, Gale Sayers.
Yep.
And then number 4, Barry Sanders.
Yeah. You put him behind any line, you get my. That's the
those
thing.
are my guys right there. And Barry is. I think if Barry would have played a full career, he might have been the best of all time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And imagine if he would have played for like a better, a better running team. Because I'm sorry, the lines were terrible.
Yeah, and I could say the same thing. Walter Payton played behind horrible lines his whole career too, except for a short little period where they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Couple other names that aren't on the list, and I'm sure one of them that had been close calls for you. These are my close calls. Let's get my close calls that were just, ooh.
You don't have Floyd Little on there, man. Come on.
I love Floyd. It'd be Terrell Davis. I'd have Terrell Davis over Floyd Little. My man, TD. And what's crazy, one of the lists I look up, the top 25 one I have pulled up on here, Gil Brandt, Gil Brandt from the Dallas Cowboys, he did a top 25 list. Larry Zonka's on here. Old school names, Number 19,
Larry Zonka, great running back.
Number 19, Terrell Davis.
Wow.
Imagine if he did. My point being, imagine if he didn't get injured.
Yeah, no.
Imagine the running backs,
Yeah.
Clinton Portis, the Mike Andersons, Olandis Garys, the guys that just came in. And Clinton Portis is definitely a baller. But Mike Anderson, who's that? He literally out of the Navy rushed for like 1,500 yards for literally 2 years in a row for them. Then Olandis Gary, I think if it was before or after that. I mean, Olandis Gary. Pretty sure Terrell Davis would have probably gotten 500-600 more yards than he got that year.
You're right.
Anyway, so Terrell would have just. That's why people see imagine his numbers if TD stayed healthy. Go in that offense that just kept putting out 1,500 yards, 1,700 yard, 1,300 yard seasons, one after the other.
We should have done a Mount Rushmore of fullbacks, man. The old
we can do that.
The old fullback.
We'll get back to this.
You got the Larry Zonkas and you got the Moose Johnson,
John Riggins, even he's
John Riggins.
That's old school.
Right, that's old school stuff. There,
all right,
man.
so let's get it. I mean, another newer one, Jerome Bettis. But let's get some close calls. One that I'm sure had been super close for you, Emmitt Smith, the all-time leader. But to me, a little bit more product of the system than he was more, I think my point being, imagine Barry Sanders behind that line.
Oh, my gosh.
He'd rush for 4,000 yards in a season. God. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Imagine Barry Sanders would have had that offensive line.
I think Emmitt knows.
He knows. He's got to know. But
he knows. He knows.
That longevity is unmatchable, though. Same with Walter.
Deep down, he could, he's the NFL leading rusher.
And no one's ever going to touch that, like
Walter,
I said. The evolution, as you like to say, of the running.
Past Walter Payton. But he knows he had a huge advantage over Walter. And he also knows that if Barry Sanders had played under the same system and played a full career, there's no way he would match those.
Unmatched.
Yeah.
All right. So that got to be Emmitt up there. Another one because he really, he could do everything. I mean, Marshall Faulk.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me? The points, especially imagine fantasy points. 12th all time with 12,000 plus rushing yards, almost 7,000, 6,900 receiving yards. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So Falk, and even was the one that posted 1,000 rushing 1,000.
I'm going to give you a name of a running back that I thought was fabulous. He didn't have the career that he should have had.
I had one more in my name, so maybe I don't know if you're going to drop this one, but I have one more in my close call.
This one you don't even know.
Okay, who?
You don't even know. Dwayne Thomas.
Oh, no, yeah, no, Nope.
Dwayne Thomas. Look, do a little Google search right now. Give me a little Dwayne Thomas. Come on.
You're kidding me.
Your dad would know Dwayne Thomas.
Dwayne Thomas.
And no, he did not play behind Roman Gabriel.
I hope not. What's funny, they pull up Dwayne Thomas, who plays for a new Texas A&M man.
And I think it's D-U-A.
It's old school Dwayne. Yes. Dwayne, not Dwayne.
Right. Thomas. What's it say there, man?
I'm trying to. There we go. Duane. It's Duane. Duane. D-U-A-N, like Duane.
Right.
All right, here we go. Played at West Texas. Wow, played at West Texas State. He's a first-round draft pick. Here you go. Played for the Cowboys for a minute. He had NFL statistics, 2,000 yards. He only had 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns. So nothing. He just had short career. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
But that guy was
He was a pounder. He could play.
He was one that never, kind of like Johnny Rodgers. You remember the name Johnny Rodgers?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Johnny Rodgers. Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yes. Yep.
Cornhuskers, right? He's another guy like that. It's too bad he didn't have the career that he should have.
Exactly. But another name I want to bring up real quick, obviously, because he could. Speaking of which, could have played for a better, different team, and he was just too. Bo Jackson, though, that talent. I mean, I can't imagine that talent under the right. Oh my God, just extreme talent. Extreme.
Might be.
I mean, broke his own hip essentially.
I think he could be. If we ever did a Mount Rushmore, the greatest athletes.
Exactly. He'd have to be on there probably. For sure.
Just the greatest athletes, period.
All right, so let's get into my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
We're going to plaque them. I'm going to start. We'll go from 4 to 1. LT. To me, he was the best two-way back. As I say two-way, but the best receiving, the best running back.
Short
two-way
career
threat.
Too.
A little bit shorter. Played, but still, my point, look at the numbers he put up. In the season, I should say I wish it showed how many seasons. But anyway, 28 hit, which is still a record and will never be touched again. And I remember hearing this not too long ago because of the new evolution. He had 28 rushing touchdowns and it's still a record. 28 rushing touchdowns in 2006. 28 in a season. Some don't even get that in career.
Yeah, right.
Are you kidding me? Bo Jackson even, looking at his numbers, he didn't even have 28 in his career. LT had it in a season. Anyway, LT, 13,600 rushing yards, 145 touchdowns. 624 receptions for 4,700 yards and 17 more touchdowns. It was between him and Falk. I went LT because he was, to me, a better runner with the ball. When you put the ball in his hands, I mean, Falk was right there, but to me, LT played at TCU, so it just was
I
went LT.
He was awesome.
A stud of studs. Now the next on the list, Barry Sanders. We both talked about it. I mean, it's hard not to put, Sanders on the board. I mean, especially what he had topped. And here's literally, Sanders collected, and I think it's a record, 1,300 rushing yards, a stunning 9 times. 1,300, 9 times.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Under that terrible line.
Right.
Of course, topped out with the 2,000-yard season in 97 with the MVP with it. 15,000, so he would have broke the record if he would have kept going. 15,000 rushing yards, almost 3,000 as a receiver, 2,900, and 109 combined touchdowns. Stud.
Yes.
Super stud. Walter Payton, next. Got to. I mean, wow. I mean, literally the sweetness, and he has the record, which is 1,200, over 1,200, which, they love breaking these down. No one has more than 1,300-yard seasons than Sanders. No one has more 1,200-yard seasons than Sweetness. He had 10 times he went over 1,200.
With a bad offensive line.
Yeah, wasn't the greatest for sure. 77 season, which is crazy all the way back then. You think mostly 80s for Walter Payton, but I mean, 77 had 1,800 rushing yards, 14 touchdowns. Are you freaking kidding me? Obviously in his career, 16-7 and all the touchdowns that he had. But here's what's crazy I didn't realize. His yard from scrimmage, 21,000, still ranked third all time. He has 21,000 all-purpose yards. You kidding me? That's a lot of miles. That's ridiculous. Love that man. But yes, definitely him at number 2, and at number 1, you gotta go Jim Brown, right? I mean,
well, that's the Babe Ruth of football right there.
And just you put him in, here's the thing. You put him in now, he'd still be running over fools.
Yeah, right. That's right.
I mean, would still be running over fools.
He played back when football was contact.
And in you talk about a short career, he only played like 10 seasons. Yeah. I mean, he didn't play that long either. 12,000 in those seasons, 12,000 yards, 106 touchdowns. That's, especially back then, that's ridiculous numbers for a running back.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Ridiculous numbers. So
a lot of good running backs in the NFL.
I mean, man. So we're pretty much right there on the same path. I knew we have 3. We have Brown, Payton, and Sanders at 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, right.
We both. Who was your number 4? Sayers was actually your number 3.
I had Gale Sayers number 3.
So, I had 4 at LT. So definitely, that's what I'm saying. I mean, literally, just list a little count. Marcus Allen, Earl Campbell, Gale Sayers, O.J. Simpson, Thurman Thomas, Tony Dorsett, Eric Dickerson, Adrian Peterson. I'll just go and throw him in there. Jim Brown, Walter Payton, LT, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Marshall Faulk, Emmitt Smith. That's 15 names.
Yeah.
You literally could have 3 easily, if not for sure 2.
Yeah, OJ never really gets looked at anymore.
Unfortunately, he gets a lot of those older ones, like the quarterbacks we were talking about last week. They're going to start, a lot of those older ones will start getting, like the Fran Tarkins of the world, start getting overlooked and being pushed down the line of, well, he was just like top 10 quarterback. Now all of a sudden now Aaron Rodgers is I know talent, but you get my point. I mean, those guys just start getting bumped up, and these guys start, even the Thurman Thomas of the world. You hardly even hear that name anymore. And that dude was a baller.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he put up ridiculous. I mean, probably. I know 12, 13, 14,000.
He could have 4 Super Bowl titles.
And at least 1 or 2. Went to 4 straight. How many people say they went to 4 straight Super Bowls?
Right.
16. That's what I thought. I forgot. Not even 12 or 13. That dude has 8 1,000 yards. Oh, he had 8 straight 1,000-yard season, ultimately collecting 16,000 yards from scrimmage and 88 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, are you kidding me?
Right.
I mean, wow. Big time name. So, I'm glad that we're pretty. We got 1 more to do. We'll do the wide receiver next week. We're
not doing guards. The best Mount Rushmore.
Centers. I thought it was centers.
Oh, centers. Yeah, centers.
Centers. You're losing it, Doc.
Okay.
All right, stud or dud segment. Let's get to it. The rock and roll highway to heaven. Man, 2.
Yeah.
1 was, pretty decent. I love the cars, though. So you get my point. Eddie Money, Rick Ocasek, both pass away within like 3 or 4 days of each other, which is just
and
certainly
young, right?
sad.
I mean, what were the?
No, they're in their 70s. That's the great thing.
Well,
they both
young.
70 and 76.
That's
well,
young,
for rockers, and actually the article I read, they literally even said that both actually passed away late in their lives compared to most artists. Because a lot of art. Some are mixed up. You get a lot of artists that have been dying younger lately.
Mick Jagger's going like.
Oh, I know.
Lightweights.
Well, Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Both, and then doing 3-hour shows.
Yeah, come on.
Literally. But they got lots of money. Not that matters. They've got who knows what kind of money compared to Eddie Money. But Eddie Money obviously loved some of his songs. What were your favorite songs of his? Of course, I got on here 2 Tickets to Paradise, Baby Hold On. Baby, hold on to me.
Now don't start singing, man.
I'm not, but that was my favorite.
Let's let him rest in peace.
I love Eddie Money. I don't love that face. He'd probably be like, oh, that guy can probably sing better than me now.
Oh, right.
My favorite, though, was Take Me Home Tonight. The one with Ronnie. I didn't realize for the longest time that Ronnie Spector was actually in that because of because it's like Ronnie said, because the song goes like Ronnie said, you know what I mean, baby. Oh, my gosh. Like Ronnie says.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh, my gosh. What's the song? No.
Come on, man.
Be My Baby. Be My Baby. Exactly. Sorry. Be My Baby. Oh, my gosh. Because I love that song by the Ronettes. See, I even know who it is, the Ronettes.
All right,
but
very good.
I love them. Do Run Run from, God, who sang that?
That's classic.
I love those songs.
It's classic.
The Ronettes love that song. And the three, I know there was 3 girls, 2 were sisters, 1 I think was the cousin. I know. Anyway, I didn't realize for the longest time that actually Ronnie was in that song. And then I finally read an article the other day, and I'm like, that really, I know, because I didn't see all the old school cool music videos with the cheese, and then it actually even is in the music video. With the 2 of them, Ronnie and Eddie Money. But I was like, that's so cool. But yeah, like Ronnie says, and I was like, that's so cool. I'm growing. I'm like, that's so cool. Is these throwing it back to and using that dun.
Was it cancer? Did they say
he had earlier this year, but he died. What it was, he just had to go through. He had surgery, and it was complications from that. It actually ended up not being from the cancer.
It was complications from the surgery.
Some surgery that he just
cancer.
yes, he had something. He had surgery on something in the past week, and it ended up being complications for that. And so definitely sad for, but great. I mean, and when you see this too. His songs went from, I forgot, point being they went from very low to Baby, or Take Me Home Tonight was streamed over 3 million times.
No, I bet.
Right, instantly afterwards. Right. So I'm like, that's crazy how his...
Yeah, that's what happens.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. And their album sales hit the charts and stuff. So good for the family, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But still, it's cool. But regardless, so loved Eddie.
The family's going, we wish he could die more often.
Yeah, right? Can he die again next month? Can we somehow make you come back to life and we'll kill you again?
Yeah, right.
But that's what always have been since I was a kid. Take Me Home Tonight, because I always loved "Be My Baby" at growing up from the Ronettes. I love being and that dun 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 dun. Oh, that's music at its finest.
Yeah, all you got to do is hear that, and you know what song it
is. Goosebumps. I mean, I'm like, all the different movies you've heard it from, for sure. Then the other one, Cars. So Rick Ocasek, their main lead producer, who's produced on so many different, all the way up to Weezer. I mean, there's so many different bands that he's been produced and helped on the albums, besides doing the Cars, obviously, which was mostly in the 70s, obviously in 80s. But man, talk about hits. They had a slew of them. Drive, Just What I Needed, You Might Think, Magic, My Best Friend's Girl, Good Times Roll, and my favorite, because I love that guitar riff in the middle, is Shake It Up. I mean, love Shake It Up, because in the middle of there's that guitar riff in the middle, which is great. But of course, the main one, their other lead, because they had 2 singers, which was one of those bands back in the day that actually had 2 singers, which was cool. The main one, the other one died back around like 2000, because he was always in a drug. I forgot what was wrong with him. See, talking about dying early. Right. He died super early. But here's what's crazy. And I was looking at, tweets and, so-and-so died, when they're paying their tributes and going through all the different articles. Guess who's still alive? Oh, Ronnie. Ronnie, you're still alive? Like, she's outliving him? I'm like, hold on, I thought she was way older. But Rick obviously was 76. He was older, but she's just a tad older. She was born a year or 2 before. I'm like, God, how is she still just rolling along? Miss Ronette over there, Ronnie Spector.
Clean living, man.
How is she? Yeah, that's exactly what, man. She's still rocking and rolling. Pay respect, he was such a sweet guy. I never forget the day Ronnie's still alive. I'm like, hold on, what is she?
It's really amazing that any of the rockers make it into their 70s.
Oh yeah,
man.
That's what I was saying when they made it. Even Eddie Money, that. I mean, that guy.
They usually live a pretty.
A lot of them, especially in the 70s and 80s.
Life,
even now, I know, but imagine the 70s and 80s when it was as fast and as hard as it can get.
Man.
So yeah, pay respects to those 2. Eddie Money, like I said, didn't have too. Loved Take Me Home Tonight, but then I've always loved the Cars. I mean, literally been jamming them. That Shake It Up. It was earlier this year. Avery, there was a song she wanted, because on Instagram when you post stories, you can add a song. You can there's a little you scroll up and there's a little thing you can add music. And she was like, "What's that song?" And it was Shake It Up. And she and I was like, and I forgot what part of it she wanted. And I was like, "Shake It Up." And then ever since then, I mean, literally, I can pull it up this fast. And just obviously in paying on my YouTube, watch this. So we got YouTube, we go to library, we go to history, and then the third song that was last
let it play, man. Let it play for a second.
Oh, I'll let it play just so you can hear. And I'll get to that guitar riff that I just love in the middle. Hey, here's another little fun movie for the kids. You seen this one? It's an Abominable Snowman.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big goober, it looks like, called Abominable.
Is this YouTube? You got to get the YouTube commercial free, man.
I know. I don't want to pay money for that, though. I mean, this is my jam. I put this on. I'm just cruising. That traffic?
You'd be able to play this if you kept taking piano lessons.
On the piano?
Yeah, of course, man.
Oh, yes, yeah. It would just be the piano part. I mean, it'd be a piano instead of guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, Dance all night. This is her.
Classic.
Like, And here's my part. Oh, I love it, though. And this is Rick singing the song, by the way, so definitely a little tribute to Rick. But here's my part.
What year was that?
Probably 82, 86, I'd bet, for Shake It Up. 81. Shake It Up was released by Electric Records in 81. Reached number 4 on the Billboard charts.
Wow.
With this part. Look at him jamming out the pink guitar. This part. Every time I hear it, I'm driving. I'm flying through traffic. I'm like, get out of my way. The Jeep's coming through, baby. I got it on sport mode. Oh, yeah. But that every time I hear that little riff, and I'm like, loving life.
Yeah.
So definitely pay tribute to those two. Not paying tributes to AB. We'll talk about them, though, real quick.
Oh.
Nike cut ties with him. I'm sure you saw that.
Just real quick. Everyone should cut ties with him.
And that's my point. To keep or not to keep. Stud player, for sure. I mean, he scored a touchdown. Did you see that? He scored a touchdown last. You almost called it. I saw the highlight when I'm trying to watch my slew of games on Sunday, and literally that highlight comes up, and I'm like, Doc's already got to be doing that. And a lot of people got to be doing that. Like, he's doing his little dance. I'm like, here he is laughing and smiling, especially those women, and he's got a touchdown.
Let's reward bad behavior.
Exactly.
We wonder what's wrong.
But not to keep. Not to keep?
No, absolutely not.
Not to keep. We're trying to do like a chain. Not to keep. And then we do our beers together.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I just get tired of that.
All right, next week's show. Hey, and I've got a couple lined up. October 18th, we got a stud lined up. And then November 1st, we have 2 studs lined up. A stud and a studette lined up.
Yeah, I got
both in the film industry somewhere.
Hey, man, here's what I got lined up.
Well, come on.
We're going to have Darren on. We got to have
Got to.
We got to have Darren on.
Get him on in the next couple of Fridays.
And then we're going to have
What?
We're going to have Father Michael on, who is the chaplain for the Dallas Cowboys. He's our diocese, our parish priest. But I thought, man, have Father Michael on, but I thought that might make you a little nervous, man.
Why is this?
A little religion, man.
What's funny? I've actually been baptized as Catholic, right?
I know that.
So I've the whole Ash Wednesday, and then walking around the rest of the day with it on my forehead. I think that
Father Michael might be good for you, man. We're gonna have Father Michael come here.
My best friend.
I'm gonna have him sit.
My best friend who married me is an actual priest, right?
You're gonna be sitting here like this the whole show.
Oh,
the
only person that I would do that to, because you've seen me around anyone, Michael Jordan or John Elway. If either one of the two step in this building, you finally might catch this mouth.
We might have to have Father Michael on, have maybe a little face-to-face confession for you, get you back on the right track.
I'm to Arkansas.
Get you right on the right track. Get you
back
on the
to
right,
Arkansas.
Just in life in general.
Man, I'm on the right track. You know why?
So, but he could tell us some Dallas Cowboy stories, man.
And but you know why I'm on the right track?
Why is that?
Because I married Avery.
There you go.
I've got the catch of all catches.
But
friend.
Hey, stud and dud, we don't care. Priest, ticket guy from AAC.
Yeah, hey.
We don't care who's on here.
No.
It's a podcast for normal folk.
We don't care that you played against Bo Jackson or you played the guitar with Willie Nelson.
Yeah, we don't care.
I mean, we do.
Well, we do.
But it doesn't intimidate us.
It does not intimidate.
We're going to ask you questions, and guess where you're going?
Hey,
you're going to the chamber.
Well, and we don't
he's going certainly to the chamber.
We don't care if it's a priest. He's going to the chamber.
So he's definitely going to the chamber. We're going to find his deepest, darkest secrets in the chamber. It'll be roles reversed. I'll be like, time to get in and confess. It'll be great.
That'll be fun.
So let's get them in. Yeah, but October 18th's locked in. We got November 1st locked in. So
good,
lock them up.
All right, man.
Definitely, though, next week we're going to finish off at least somewhat on the offensive side. We'll have a little fun. We will get coaches, obviously, of all time, head coaches. But we're going to we'll do fullback if you want to eventually. But we'll cut that off.
Coaches, wow. Coaches, man.
We'll have to do that one. That's what I figured we'd do that one. Go back to November. Because what I want to do is end October with baseball, to do a couple of baseball Mount Rushmores. And then we'll kind of cap the football season off around December-ish with, we'll do some more football. We'll do some NFL.
Yeah, that's fun.
That'll be fun. But definitely next week we'll do the Mount Rushmore on the offensive side. You got to. The wide receivers, I can't wait. Yeah, and I know well, there's one name that's going to be on both of ours.
Jerry?
You can eat it. Yeah, his last name. Yeah, exactly. I was going to give a hint. Like, you can eat his last name.
Yeah.
Recap, as usual, the college football, the NFL, and fantasy football, and preview the upcoming weeks. Touch up, we got to. On the MLB side. You know why? Because we're headed down the backstretch, baby. It's the postseason.
It's a great time of year, man. It's already feeling like postseason.
And did you see my A's? They're now they didn't lock in the wild card position, but if it ended today, they're 2 games up. Where the Nationals have to play the the qualifying, I forgot who it was. So point being, we're right there. We're looking good, Doc.
We're looking good.
We need to. That's all you have to do is make the dance.
Last night, man, the Cardinals and the Cubs were playing. It went into extra innings.
Yep.
At Wrigley Field, so the weather's already changing.
Yeah.
Right. It felt like playoff baseball.
I
You
bet.
should see the faces of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was like playoff baseball, baby.
I love it.
And it's not even the playoffs yet.
Yeah, we're getting there.
You can sense. You can
exactly.
smell it.
And the record though, and I almost went with them. Houston Astros best record. I think it's 100 and whatever. They have 100 wins. The A's 92 or 3 and. I was like, wow. I think it's 92 and something. I'm like, wow. They've come on strong. In their last 10, they were 8-2.
And of course, the evil empire.
Oh well, the Yankees, but still the best record. I should have went with the Stros, but it probably will be the Stros versus the Yankees, which would be a great.
The only great thing about the Yankees making the playoffs is watching them get beat out of the playoffs.
That's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing for us. We'll have all that and much more. Great long show today. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hey, don't forget.
Oh yeah, the tickets. That's cool. I'm gonna get some pictures, and that's going up tonight. Or actually, well, yeah, that'll be tomorrow night, or I should say last night, because I'm gonna put it up tonight, which is Friday. I'll get the episode out tomorrow, Saturday, which when everyone listens to it now, it's Saturday. So you've had 24 hours by the time you've heard this, people, and they may be gone. We already got some people calling in already.
They got people calling in. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, don't forget
dinner and show.
A great night of music.
That's
you
right.
kidding me? And then we got the Who next Friday.
The Who.
Oh God bless! I can't wait. Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify to hear all the episodes. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course the website studanddud.com. Thank you all for listening. Until next week, I'm Josh Smith.
Bob Lawrence.
Peace.